What is up, you guys? It is your boy John, the voiceover guy here from Puma Plow. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another On the Farm. It's been a minute since I've done some voiceover work on these On the Farms, but it is time now because all of these recordings in this video, we happen to have the TV, our radio on, and it was kind of loud. So we went ahead and took that audio out, and I'll do some voiceover, maybe some music as well. So what we're working on today, guys, is our WW grinder. You can see it sitting right over there. We use it for shredding leaves, and it works quite well for that, actually. Maybe coming up in the fall, we'll get some video of actually grinding some leaves with one of our WW grinders. We have multiple. So this is what we call a two-wheel version. This is actually our newest one. And where the wheels mount to the actual grinder slash the axle that the wheels are mounted to, of course, is bent. And when I say bent, I don't mean bent a little bit. It's bent pretty bad. And we've been wanting to fix the thing for a while, and this is what you call a winter project where, you know, ideally you have a little more time in the winter because we're not out cutting grass or working in the garden or anything. So we have a little more time to do some maintenance-y type stuff like this, and we have been wanting to get this done. I believe last year during flood prep, if you guys recall, if you guys were watching back then, that's when this axle got bent. Taking it home, letting it crash off the trailer. I forget who it was, but somebody crashed down off the trailer when we brought it into town and put it in the storage unit, and it bent the axle. And not only the axle, but there's plate steel that comes down, basically, that the axle goes through. That's actually bent too. So this is going to be part one. There will be another part next week, and it's going to end a little dramatic. So make sure you guys stick around for the ending of this video. Safety is a consideration. Just keep that in mind for the end of this video. But that's another story. So trying to get this axle out of here, and of course, since it is bent, it is going to be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. But, you know, I have tools, and I beat this axle, just saying. Literally, with a hammer, I beat it. So kind of what we're doing here, you know, obviously I had to cut the axle to get it out. It was that bent. Right where the axle goes through the pipe. How many times in this video can I say axle, by the way? Where it goes through the pipe, or where it goes through those plate steel, there's actually like pipe that it goes through. Well, those are kind of bent too. There's a lot bent here, and it's kind of unfortunate that all this has happened, but, you know, it's part of it. The shredder it has a few years on it. I'm not totally sure what year the shredder is, but it's got some years on it, and it just happens, you know? It happens, so it's all good. I think if it had air tires or pneumatic tires, whatever you want to call them, on there, that it would be okay because the tire would act as almost like a shock absorber. But since it has like a solid plastic tire, there's no give in the actual tire, so the give has to come somewhere when you're going over bumps or crashing it off a trailer or what have you. And that's the axle and the little pieces of pipe and the side panels, whatever you want to call them, the plate steel that comes down where the axle goes through. So I cut the axle, then I'm using the piece to try to drive the piece back through because I got it all stuck now. Ended up having to use this pipe wrench to get this piece out. So this is the piece I cut off, trying to get it back out. Okay, there it goes. I was going to throw it on the table, and I was like, I bet that's hot still from using the cutoff wheel. So put it on the ground for now, let it cool. And then I'm actually going to use a extension out of a ratchet set. Not ideal. I should be using a punch, but you know what? It's what I had. And here we go. Here we go. Little tap, and here's the other piece. This is the piece that's really bent. It's hard to tell on video, but you can kind of see that piece is very, very bent. And yeah, good to get rid of it. There, you can really tell right there how bent that piece actually is. We were going to work on this on the ground, but we figured it would be a whole lot easier to film and everything if we put it up on some sawhorses that we made this little table on. So that's why it's up on the table. So now what we're doing is we're putting some pipe clamps on to, never mind, we're not. Basically bring the pieces of plate back together. So here's a brand new axle. It's just a piece of rod. Dad went to the local metal shop and got some round bar, and we are going to have to grind it down fair little bit because nothing's square or true or anything underneath that shredder anymore. And that is a bit of a problem. So we're going to have to make that rod just a little bit smaller. But what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 smaller rods with nuts on the outside to bring it back together. So here's Dad drilling a pilot hole for one of those. Basically one behind the axle, one in front of the axle. And we'll get a little more into that in part 2. Now guys, there is one big clip coming up in this video here. So I'm going to get on out of here and we're going to go back to actual camera audio because it is very, very important that we go back to camera audio. And I will talk to you guys later. Here's the big hole, by the way, being drilled for that. So this long clip, it's one clip, no edits coming up, and it's the end of the video. So I do appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you next week, and toodles.
Through the nut.
Well, I'm tight there.
I said I got tight. Don't want too much.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't know that was gonna happen. You okay?
I don't know.
Setting on those. You get that on camera?
Yep. Fell off our blocks.
Yeah, no. Go to the other end.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have took that clamp out there if I'd known that.
It was sitting on the clamp, huh?
I didn't know it was sitting on there.
Okay. Can you
Slide your way a little bit.
Let me hang on.
Clean all the shit out of the way there. You can put that one block back in the center on that center brace.
It's on the okay.
Can you grab a block?
I'm bleeding.
Okay, hold it.
Hang on.
Where are you bleeding from?
My hand.
Your head?
My hand. Okay, can you lift it or you mean to do that side? Okay. What am I setting? Oh, I'm setting on the vice grip. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Lift it back up.
Center brace somewhere there.
Okay. How's that?
Now, yeah, it's in.
That was fun.
Yeah. You didn't expect that. Wow. Did not expect your hand.
That's not bad. It's okay. Chunk. I didn't think it was sitting on the clamp.
I didn't know that.
Whew. Yeah, I was recording too. Yeah, got my head in my neck and my back kind of. I should probably put a band-aid on that, huh? I should probably put a band-aid on that. They didn't give me too bad. I'm not sure where that hand was when it happened. Don't let it fall on you, okay? I'll be back in a second.